Hey everybody, this is Carpo, and I just had some quick news I had to report about these zombie bees that I heard about on the news. And I found it kind of fascinating and kind of depressing. But apparently, I live in Washington State, and they just found their first, quote, zombie bee outbreak here in Washington. We don't get a lot of action, obviously. So, apparently these zombie bees, a farmer came back in Kent, Washington to his farm and found that his bees were all acting erratically, and what they'd do is they'd fly around out of control and fly around at night until they died. And apparently this is something that is separate from colony collapse disorder, but it may be tied into the same situation. Colony collapse disorder, if you're not aware of that, is where bees have been dying in droves and their hives have just basically being abandoned. They'll fly off and they'll disappear, or they'll not be able to find their way back to the hive. Now these zombie bees, which have been in California, South Dakota, Oregon, and now Washington, will apparently just fly around with some sort of a fungus, and it gives them some sort of a, messes with their direction, and they can't get back to the hive. So, this is kind of scary because if you think about it, well, most of us already know that everything we eat is pollinated by bees, and if the bees disappear, well, so do we, at least to an extent. But the thing I found interesting was when they talked about precisely why this happens, and the scientists that have studied these bees found that they have some sort of a fungus on them, and they're not sure where it's coming from. Now, the colony collapse disorder is, they know what causes that now, and our good friends at Monsanto that decided to patent their seeds, well, they like to patent seeds that have pest resistance and disease resistance, all patented right into the seed. And for those of you who don't know, yes, they have spliced fish genes and animal genes with plants in order to make them survive. For example, they put a flounder gene in a tomato in order to make it more weather or more cold resistant. So these bees are reacting to this, and what they did was they put a nicotine-like type of anti-insect. Sorry, I just woke up. It was inside, they put it in the seeds, they patented it into the seeds, and they figured, well, it's in the seeds, and yeah, we know it kills bees, but it probably won't kill them if it's in the seed since the seed's buried. Well, then they found that the plant, of course, carries the genetic profile of that seed and continues to kill the bees off. So here we are patenting these wonderful plants that are killing us, they're killing our bees, and they're killing off all of the small farmers. And I don't know what to say except, F you, Monsanto, you sons of bitches. How can you come out here and start patenting food and kill off of the insects that... I don't know what to say. I just had to spread that little thing about the bees. I'm angry at Monsanto. They do a lot of bad things. It's one thing if you want to GMO your own food, but if you want to punish farmers, farmers are being punished who have seed blow into their field from a farmer who grows Monsanto seed. They've been sued for millions of dollars and lost their entire, crops just because of seed that blew over into their, field in the wind. And that's how they're getting them to they're forcing them to all use Monsanto seed. So next time you gotta go buy a piece of corn, enjoy your genetically modified corn, because it pretty much all is now, and I don't know what we're gonna do. You guys tell me, what the hell are we going to do? How are we going to save the bees? Are we? Or are we just going to let them just disappear and then let our food just kind of just fall off the face of the earth like we do? Zombie bees, dude. Zombie bees.